My name is Evelyn Carter, and this is the story of how I lost my only son to the woman he thought was his forever. I raised Michael alone in a small suburban home outside Portland, Oregon. Life wasn't luxurious, but our house was full of warmth, laughter, and handmade meals. Michael was the kind of son mothers pray for: gentle, respectful, always checking on me, always hugging me before leaving home. Then one day he walked in holding her hand, Sofia Bennett. She was beautiful, elegant, polished, the kind of woman who belongs in a downtown Seattle penthouse, not in my tiny living room smelling of homemade stew. The moment she entered, her eyes scanned my home like she was evaluating how cheap everything looked. "Your place is cute," she said, her voice tight. I smiled politely. "You're welcome here any time, dear." But deep down, something in my chest tightened. A mother always knows when danger walks in, smiling. During dinner, she didn't touch the garlic rosemary chicken I made, Michael tried to explain. "Sofia's on a strict diet," he chuckled. She quietly whispered, "I'm not used to heavy homemade food." Her tone sliced through me. Still, I stayed gentle, because a mother never wants to be the reason her son's happiness shakes. But something told me Sofia wasn't here to join our family, she was here to replace it. Over the next few weeks, I watched my son slip through my fingers. Michael stopped staying for dinner. His calls became shorter, his visits became rare. Whenever he did come home, Sofia's perfume lingered on him, sweet but suffocating. One night, I overheard them arguing in the front yard. "Michael, she's my mother, Sofia, she raised me alone." "Sofia, exactly, she's too involved, I need space, your mother smothers us." "Michael smothers me." The mother who stitched clothes till 2 a.m. just to buy him his first bicycle. My heart sank. Later, Michael came inside, his eyes were filled with guilt. "Mom, Sofia thinks I'm too attached to you," he whispered. I smiled weakly. "Your heart is big, sweetheart, that's not a weakness." But Sofia didn't want his heart big, she wanted it exclusive. The next blow came a week later. Michael said softly, "Mom, Sofia wants us to get our own place. She wants privacy." My throat tightened. "But this is your home." "I know," he said, "but please understand, she feels uncomfortable living with you." That sentence broke something inside me. Still, I nodded. "Because that's what mothers do, we bleed quietly so our children can live loudly." That weekend, he packed his bags. I folded his shirts like I did when he was a child. He noticed my trembling hands and looked away. At the door, he gave me a quick hug. "I'll visit, Mom, promise." Promises are easy when you don't mean them. The door closed and my world became smaller. Weeks passed. No visits, short replies, missed calls. One day, I cooked Michael's favorite chicken soup and took an Uber to his new apartment in Seattle. When he opened the door, his face tightened. "Mom, you didn't tell me you were coming." Sofia walked in behind him wearing a silk robe, her arms crossed. "Mrs. Carter, we weren't expecting guests." Guests, that's what I had become. "I just brought some soup for Michael," I said softly. Sofia's eyes narrowed. "Michael doesn't eat stuff like that anymore, it's too oily." "It's homemade," I murmured. She smirked. "That's the problem." Michael didn't defend me. My son, the boy who used to kiss my hand before school, stood beside a woman who hated everything about me. "Mom," he said quietly, "I think you should go." I felt the ground fall away. "Go," I whispered. "I just wanted to see you." "This isn't a good time," he said, eyes avoiding mine. I held back tears as I placed the soup container on the table. "If you ever need anything," my voice trembled, "you still have a mother." Sofia rolled her eyes. "We know." They closed the door behind me, and this time the door didn't just close, something inside me did too. Months passed, loneliness became a roommate, silence became a friend. My health started worsening. Old age doesn't arrive alone, it brings pain with it. I fainted twice. My neighbor took me to the clinic. "The doctor said you need family support, someone to stay with you." I smiled weakly. "I have a son." But did I? I called Michael that evening. It rang and stopped. No callback. The next week I collapsed again. This time the paramedics took me to St. Anne Hospital, Seattle. As I lay there, oxygen tubes in my nose, I whispered to the nurse, "Can you call my son? His number is—" She nodded softly. An hour passed. No response. 2 hours. Nothing. 6 hours. Silence. Finally, the nurse came in. "Your son said he's busy tonight, but he'll try tomorrow." My heart stopped, not my body, my heart. The nurse touched my hand. "I'm so sorry." I cried quietly into my blanket, not because I was sick, but because I realized my son wasn't coming. It was midnight when the door suddenly burst open. Michael ran inside, breathless. "Mom," he shouted. "Mom, I'm here." His eyes were red, his hair messy, his voice shaking. He grabbed my hand. "Oh God, Mom, I'm so sorry. I should have been here. I should have never left you." I opened my eyes weakly. "Sofia," he swallowed painfully. "She left, Mom." His voice cracked. "She said I spend too much time worrying about you. She said she's not my nurse. She said I should choose." I stared at him, tears falling. "I chose her, Mom," he sobbed, "and she still left." Silence, heavy, sharp. He buried his face in my hand. "Mom, please forgive me. I forgot the woman who gave me everything. I forgot you." I placed my trembling hand on his cheek. "Michael," my voice was soft, tired, barely a whisper. "A mother never stops loving her child even when her child forgets her." He cried harder. That night, for the first time in years, he held my hand the way he used to hold it as a child. I survived, not because of medicine, but because my son finally came home. And he promised, with tears streaming down his face, that he would never leave again. Some promises, even when broken once, can still heal a life when spoken with a broken heart.